Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot where today we are doing horoscopes for 2024 and this pile is going to be for Aquarius. So going through everything, so we're doing just year ahead readings for all the signs, and this is going to be for Aquarius, and our intentions are that it's going to be for Aquarius sun signs. However, I do know that people, as they get kind of past their Saturn return, start identifying more with their rising sign. So if you have an Aquarius rising or even an Aquarius moon and it resonates with you, please resonate with the reading. And if it does, take it as it is. If not, maybe this isn't the pile for you, and you can, if you're an Aquarius sun and you have like a different rising or a moon, you can go check out those piles. Otherwise, welcome to your reading, and we will kind of get started where we're going to go through January through December. We'll pull a card for kind of what your year is to bring, and then we'll also do a card from the Self-Love Oracle deck, kind of just giving some extra messages or guidance or places to think about when it comes to like in your body. Maybe you sometimes like the colors and the chakras are all kind of with different parts of your body, or just all about different aspects of your life. And sometimes it's colors you can wear that might make you feel more powerful, or just empower you more, or maybe it's just foods to eat. So with that, let's kind of get into your reading, Aquarius. And I'm feeling just initially kind of out of the gate like a wishy-washy energy and like a lot of emotions. So I don't know if this year will be an emotional year for you, but I do feel a lot of like, it's almost like my stomach wants to flip-flop or my heart wants to flip-flop around in my body. So let's kind of take a look and see what that might be all about. So for our Aquarius, looking at January, commitment, higher power. So this is a card, so it's the Hierophant. So for those of you who are looking to get in, who are in a relationship, or are in like the talking phases of being in a relationship, I feel like this is a great month of kind of going into that commitment, or you might get engaged. I definitely feel like that's a really big part of some people's here in January. Otherwise, what I'm really feeling here is I think a lot of people are thinking about maybe going back to college, or finding some sort of alternative education, whether or not that's a class, a seminar, or just finding a certificate of some sort. I definitely feel like there's a commitment to a higher learning of some sort. With that, maybe some people are gonna decide to go back for their masters, or you're kind of maybe in your last dredges of college. But for others, I do see this as also a time where you might be becoming part of a different organization or religion as well, or finding like an organization that you feel really passionate about, that you really want to be a part of. Otherwise, it's just it's just commitment. It's like you're committing to yourself, you're committing to others. It's like you're kind of drawing the line in the sand, saying, this is what I'm going to do, and here's my money I'm putting behind it, sort of vibe. Not sure where 100% all of that is going, but looking at February, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I want to, okay, so it feels like you're kind of being there are past things you have done, whether or not that's investments, that's that's a degree that you've gone for, or a job that you've had, or a opportunity or person or thing that you've put a lot of money or stock or resources into, and I feel like it's kind of failed, or the failure points come at this point. So if like you do investments, like I feel like this is kind of like your month of, I need to see returns, otherwise I'm seeing this as a complete wash or a failure. And that's what I'm kind of feeling here with February, is that February, like you're seeing things that you've put time, money, and effort into not pan out how you wanted them to. Whether, and maybe that's like a relationship that you've had with a family member or a friend, and you're like, I've tried to work on this, or it's a partner, it's like, I've tried working on this, like, I've put in the time, I've tried to fix this, and it's not working. And I'm going to say here, with it, if it isn't, it's best to just move on, because there are other places where you've put your time, money, and resources into that are going to pan out for you. If this is the thing that doesn't pan out for you, okay, but now you have other things that you can now go tend to more, essentially. That's what I'm kind of feeling here with the Eight of Pentacles with you this month. Going into March, yeah. So you're making a decision, and you're making a pretty clear-cut decision. I think you're going to be cutting out the things that just aren't serving you anymore, or the things that just haven't panned out. You're moving on, you're making that quick decision, and you're looking at different opportunities for yourself. So this is a relationship. I see you kind of letting go of that relationship, and you've kind of made that decision. Now you're moving on to the next thing. So, or if this is a job, or if this is a business that you might have wanted to start, you're just like, it's not going to work. I'm going to cut my losses and keep moving. Looking at April, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So I definitely see this as it's a slowing down, but also after you've made your decision here in March, whatever this is, I definitely feel in April, it's like you kind of wanted to just jump into the next thing. And I'm seeing here that the next thing isn't going to be here for you, or you can't find it, or it's really difficult to find, or things that you thought you might jump to are kind of just scattering to the wind a little bit. Really, this feels as though it's time for you to just sit in your energy for a little bit, just sit with yourself for a little bit, and not just jump to the next thing. This is an energy of kind of, not for self-reflection, but I want you to look a little bit more before you're leaping in a different direction. There's a lot of different opportunities, it feels like, around here, around this decision, and I think it almost, I see like this path in my head, and there's like 16 different like angles to go through, or like different like roads you can go on, and like there's a bunch that are super obvious, but there's this one hidden like right in the middle of all of them, but there's like trees overgrown, and it takes a little bit to find, but that's the most interesting one. It'll be a little bit challenging at times, but it leads you to a destination that like is mystical, magical, and almost feels more alignment with you than like, say, like the other more traditional paths, in whatever way that is. In terms of like a relationship, I can see this being like, okay, so you're like, I can go do like a self-help group, or I can go do like, I'm just going to jump into a relationship over here with this person, or I'm just going to sit back and just hermit for a while and work through my emotions. And what I'm seeing here for you is actually like, maybe it's like a friends with benefits situation type deal, or it's a like, I want to go and experiment with like a different type of relationship, and it leads you to learning more about yourself, and it's just something that brings you out of your comfort zone and explores different parts of you that you wouldn't have otherwise. So that's what I'm feeling in April. May is the devil, so just be really careful that this is why I think you're supposed to be looking a lot before you're leaping, because if you don't, I feel like there's some pitfalls that you can get into if it's relating to a career. This could be along the lines of, you got out of a career that wasn't suited for you, and now you're kind of just jumping into the next thing because you need to pay the bills, when in reality, this situation that you kind of just jumped into has like a giant farce in front of it, and it's actually going to be like one of the worst decisions that you've ever made. It feels like, not in terms of like you aren't going to learn anything. It's just going to put you through the ringer when it's like mentally, physically, emotionally. I also feel like there's a high probability for people, if you're going into like kitchen work or not even, I won't just say kitchen work, but just any of the careers that you kind of might be jumping into, there's a high probability of like um, illegal substance use. It really feels like, or kind of getting in with a crowd that might be using substances in not the best way. Is the politically correct way I'm going to say that. Uh, so that's what I'm feeling in May. To kind of avoid that, I think it's really just look before you leap, please and thank you. There are different opportunities that are going to be more creative for you, that I don't think will lead you down this path. But again, this could also be just you are just flying into the next thing without kind of looking in at June. There's a bunch of different opportunities coming for you. So it looks like with this negative experience here in May, you're like, oh, okay, I need to rethink things. And now there's a couple different opportunities coming for you. This could also mean that you're looking at Aquarius. I'm a little worried for you. I'm a little worried. Because the other thing I'm seeing here is that staying in this negative, toxic place, you're going to be exposed to more than just illegal paraphernalia that you could be getting involved with. And there's definitely options available there that are not legal, that aren't, and could get you into more trouble than you think if you really don't essentially look and think before you do something. So, like, this could be a really toxic situation. But if you kind of, you can go to an opportunity, but as long as you avoid more of the not toxic negativity, like, there are going to be different options that you can explore in June to maybe get out of that situation. But I definitely feel like there's going to be, like, some offers of illegal substances, allegedly conspiracy, whatever, or like bad business deals that just aren't good for you, that can get you into a lot of trouble. Whether or not that's financially, romantically, legally, and everything in between. So, just forewarning. Looking into July. So, temperance, balance. I definitely see you being able to get out of this situation, especially by July. So July is about temperance and balancing. So you might not have get out completely of like a place or a relationship, or even like just a business or job. But I definitely see you being able to spend more time away and balance out maybe a different job or with a different job or a different opportunity. You're able to balance the positive and negative, and you're able to, I think, slowly inch your way out of a negative experience and get yourself into a positive one. Maybe this is a promotion, or even like a different friend group, or you're getting in, or you're hanging out with different people, and you're hanging out with them more than maybe with like old friends that you might have gotten in with. So that's what I'm seeing for July. In August, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So if we're keeping with the job theme here, this could be a move, or you're trying to take a demotion to get away from a place. Otherwise, I see this as maybe difficulties with a female in your life who has very strong earth placements, or just someone here who is, what's the wording I want to use? This is not getting away, or you might be dealing with someone who is not very good with their money. I definitely see this person, or maybe this is you, where it's you're struggling to maybe balance your books, or balance your time between work and your social life. Or even this is just someone that you're dealing with that does not do well with money. For some people, I am seeing this as like alimony or like child support payments maybe having to rise of some sort. This isn't for everyone. This is just for probably a select few of you. Uh, but I do see that there's something along those lines. Divorcees are coming through very strongly here in, this is August. So if you are getting divorced or have been divorced and like things are kind of getting finalized there, it definitely feels like there's a loss of finances somewhere along those lines. Um, so yeah, looking into September, Two of Cups, so a loving bond. So this could be you. Uh, this is a good month for you if you're looking for a partner. If you're single, this would be a great month for you to potentially find someone. If you're in a relationship already, I see this as a deepening of a bond. If you are in a committed relationship, I see this as maybe this is where you're kind of taking your relationship to the next level. If you're just looking at friendships, maybe this is a new friend coming in that you're going to get really close with again. For those of you kind of going through, like, I think, divorcee situations, I'm not seeing this as like a new like lover or person coming into your life. I almost see this as this is like the supportive best friend type of vibe here for you guys, who's kind of like, I have your back and we're gonna get through this weird, wild, wonky shit together. I almost see this as like a mom's group or mom's club kind of coming together to rally the troops around everyone. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here. I'm not feeling super strong familial stuff for you here in this first half and even like this middle half and the first couple months of the year. So next, looking into October, so we have the Nine of Swords. For those of you who have gotten out of a toxic relationship, either with work or someone else or a friend or a romantic partner, I definitely feel in October you're kind of letting go of a lot of the pressure or the preconceived notions or like expectations that these people had for you, and you're kind of letting them all go. You aren't letting them get to you as much anymore. It's like this network or people around you are kind of shifting your perspective on what it means to be treated correctly, and how to, like, so you're getting away from a lot of this toxic negative emotion, energy, and projections, and you are not letting them control you anymore, is what this really feels like here in October. So I love that for you. Don't let them keep you down. Looking into November, we have the Two of Wands reversed. So as you're kind of getting rid of, I think, a lot of these preconceived notions, I believe that you are now, since you're able to finally get rid of all the toxic negative shit that's kind of been thrown on you, that you are now shoving off, I feel like you're coming into you're coming into your own in the perspective of you're figuring out what you want from life. I'm feeling old dreams that have kind of you've hidden or you've forgotten about are resurfacing, and I think you're reevaluating them to see, is this the dream? Is this what I want moving forward? And I think you're revisiting a lot of them and taking bits and pieces of what that dream was, and I believe you're going to be going for it. But I think you're still piecing together where you want to go. I feel like some really good conversations with friends and family around like dinner tables will be extremely useful for you, or just conversations as well, I think to help piece together essentially your entire year and kind of figure out how the heck you've gotten to this point. It definitely feels like another year of transformation. Definitely a big year of transformation for you. Getting out of a very, very toxic cycle. And now I think finding yourself out of that toxic cycle. Who are you now? Looking into December, we have the World upright. You are starting a brand new year with a brand new you, or ending the year with a brand new you, it feels like. So you've gotten out of this very, very toxic situation. Whether or not that's just a commitment to friends or family, a lover, a partner, a husband, wife, business. I definitely see you getting out of that toxic situation this year, finding something that actually works for you, and now you're going to start the new year off in a completely different version of you, where you're not in a toxic cycle. You're getting out of these relationships that just aren't meant for you, or just aren't serving you anymore, and you're coming full cycle here in December, where you're able to start the year anew. In a very healthy, positive light. So it's like you're shedding off the old skin and the new one's coming on, and this one has battle-ready armor already installed. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here for you in December, where it's just like everything's kind of coming to an end and you're releasing things that aren't meant for you anymore. And I feel like if you haven't, you probably might have gotten a therapist by the end of the year, and I believe you're going to be able to kind of work through a lot of the stuff that happened this year and put into perspective just how freaking far you've come. Yeah, and then kind of the theme of the year is all about you. You are the leader of your life. You are the one who is the main character, and you are the one who is deciding what you're doing, what you want, and no one else is going to be controlling that. You are the emperor of your own life, and no one can kind of come in and say no anymore. It's like you are the one who comes in and says, yes, I am. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting for you guys this year. It's very much a year of you taking control of your own life and not living it for anyone else. So we're going to get you one more card here. And its soul lesson is clarity with the solar plexus. So for you, I definitely feel like you might be really tired at the beginning of this year, like super tired. I'm feeling like exhaustion, like you don't have a lot of energy, you like kind of want to take naps all the time, but once you get out of this toxic cycle that I think is legitimately like holding you down, and like I almost feel like wherever you are or whoever this situation, place, person, thing is, it's almost like a parasite that has kind of like lowered your energy levels and is just taking from you. And once you kind of get out of it, you're able to take energy and put it into yourself. So like where you might have been taking a shit ton of naps here at the beginning of 2024, by the end of it, I think you are running marathons almost. And you're going to be able to see clearly. When it comes to clarity, it's like you're finding clarity throughout the year of who is here for you and like who you are without someone holding you back or taking energy from you. So that's all I have here for you guys, my Aquarians. If you guys liked this video, please hit the like button down below. Otherwise, if you are interested in any of the other type of content that I have, please hit the subscribe button. I do readings on people in pop culture. I do pick a card readings, people on TikTok, YouTube, as well as true crime. So if any of that interests you, there's a shiny red subscribe button down below. Otherwise, I really want to thank you guys so much for sticking with it here to the end with me. And I want to send out a big thank you for wherever you are, day or night. And I really hope to see you guys in my next video, as horoscopes for the month will be coming out soon.